Hey everyone, Scott Stokely here with DGPT Touring Pro Conroe O'Reilly on these runway sized tee pads. There's been some mixed opinions about them. I would love to hear yours.
Yeah, a couple of opinions. I mean, I definitely love the idea of the big surface because I think the tee is an area on the course that the player should feel safe and be able to commit to any shot they want to throw. So I do like the extra follow through area. I think it's great. I think kind of a side effect that they maybe didn't think about is, since we're not physically standing on a surface that's slightly above the rest of the ground, I think it's a little bit harder actually to keep yourself in the bounds of that tee box. I notice as players kind of try to use the edge of the tee, it's more likely that maybe that back foot or something winds up being on the line. And so I think it's going to make it tricky for calls as a player because we're not allowed to use video evidence or a self-officiated game. It's almost impossible for the naked eye to exactly tell, was that foot down at the exact moment of release? Was it up 0.6 seconds later? There's so many factors, and I think it does create a gray area for calls, which I don't love, even though I know that wasn't like necessarily something they anticipated, and so you can't really blame them for designing a tee pad. They were trying to make it safe, make it accessible for lots of different shapes and lines and body sizes, but I think that is one thing that might be a little bit tricky with it, and something that me and Scott talked about earlier. We can maybe even just draw that front line across and then let everyone use the rest of the area how they want. And I think maybe that can eliminate some of the kind of nitpickiness and the trying to call each other on the foot faults, which it's going to be kind of tricky to do. Also, I mentioned to Scott, us blue-eyed people terrible with glare, with light, and how light color they are. It's kind of making me really squint on the tees. I feel like when it's sunny, I'm like, can barely open my eyes to see my line. So I was joking I need to put some eye paint on so I can see a little bit better out there. So.
If we ever want to be taken seriously as a sport, we need black underneath our eyeballs.
There might be something to that, you know. It's how you can show your true toughness on the disc golf course. It's hard to do sometimes. So.
Yeah. Do you think there was a problem that was trying to be solved? Like, were the old tee pads not good enough? Or was it just, do you think this is more just an experiment because we need to experiment and innovate?
I think a little bit of both. I think tee pad size is something that I think we've been getting closer to having a good size most of the time on the tour. I think the surrounding areas being flush to that is something that we struggle with here and there depending on the terrain we're building in. So I think it was maybe trying to solve some of that in a way. But I think a little bit of it was maybe just kind of trying something new, having some fun with it.
I like that idea. And I know you would definitely agree that when you have a really big tee pad, you definitely want to throw the lark from Stokely. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, you can get more run up, more distance.
I'm just trying to sneak that one in there. All right, thanks you guys. Yeah, thanks Connor.
See ya.